Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I figure before I even start this video that I'll probably get quite a few questions about this little top that I'm wearing because it's interesting. I love like investing in clothes that's a little bit interesting, and this one is from Portman's. I actually bought it like 3 days ago, so I'll have a link in the description if you would like to get it for yourself because it is brand new stock. I walked in and I saw it and I was like, this is just the cutest little top, so I love it. And I just thought I would share that with you because I'm sure I'll get questions. I always get questions whenever I'm wearing something that's a little bit interesting or different. So that aside, in today's video, I'm going to be doing 20 New Year's resolutions. I don't know if these are the same as my last year's resolutions, and I know I had 25 in last year's video, but these ones are the ones that just kind of came to me, and I've written them all down on a piece of paper, and I wanted to share these with you. So, talking about New Year's resolutions, I find that there is a difference between a New Year's resolution and a goal. I find that goals are the really big, important things. To me, New Year's resolutions are kind of just the more fun, little things that you can put down that you would like to do in the following year that maybe will give you a bit of a direction of where you would like your life to go or the kind of person that you would like to be. So I've just got a little list here of some things that I think are fun New Year's resolutions, things to work towards, and they're not particularly hard to achieve either. I think the hard part is actually adding them to your routine so they become a regular thing, but trying these things out is not going to be particularly difficult, so maybe this might inspire you to add these to your New Year's resolutions. So let's get started. The first one, which I think is kind of a little bit more for me, and I have mentioned it before, is eating more green foods. And green vegetables are so good for you, especially the leafy green ones, and I've been trying to include more leafy greens like kales and spinaches and lettuces and silver beets and those sorts of things into my diet. Just chucking them as a side with a meal or somehow mixing them in. Really easy, and it's gonna be so good for you. Number 2 is to practice gratitude more often, and this is a topic that I think is very important to me, especially this year, and I would like to do some more dedicated videos to gratitude because gratitude will lead to happiness, and it will lead to happiness within your life, and I would love to talk more about that. But practicing gratitude is really important. Noticing what is really good in your life, what you're grateful for, what you're happy for, is going to change your mood incredibly. It's changed my mood this year, making sure that I have been taking notice of the smaller things. You know, when it's a sunny day and I get to sit on the couch and drink my morning coffee, I am so grateful. Like, it makes me so happy. And so when you concentrate on those kinds of things, the bigger, you know, more negative things tend to start to fade away. So write down 3 things that you're grateful for every single day, and eventually you will notice that your mood and your overall happiness will be so much more elevated. Number 3, spend some time outside. I feel like we just don't go outside enough. You know, getting vitamin D is great. Dan and I like to try and spend some time each week, even if it's just 15 minutes, just out in the sun. It helps improve your mood. It's good for you. Don't get that confused with, like, you know, damaging sun and skin. That's not what I'm talking about. It's just good to go outside, get fresh air, get a little bit of vitamin D. It's going to be really good for your mood. Number 4 is very important, and that's to get a health checkup. If you've not been to the doctors or the dentist or to the eye doctor in a really long time, go and do it this year. Put it on your list of things to do. I know doctors can be scary, but your health is really important. I like to see my doctor multiple times a year just to make sure that everything is all good. Also, if you are a lady watching this video, please go and make sure you get a pap smear or you get your boobs checked, which I think is like a mammogram or something. I don't know exactly, but these things need to be done. I know they're incredibly uncomfortable, but the best advice I can give you is that a doctor has seen a bajillion boobs and a bajillion vaginas, and at the end of the day, we're all the same. They're not judging you. They're doing their job, and it could save your life, and it is so important. So that important women thing aside, everybody should go to the doctors and get a health checkup. I know that there are things that guys should do too, so make sure you're just looking after yourselves, because I would really hate for any of you to get stuck into one of those situations where you end up very, very ill over something that could have been quite preventable by just going to your doctor. So make sure you have a health checkup this year. Number 5, read a book. I am not a big reader, and I think setting the challenge of reading 1 book in an entire year is probably a pretty good challenge if you're like me. I am such a visual person, and I like audiobooks and I love listening to podcasts, but I really want to be a bigger reader. I mean, I love reading like encyclopedias and informational things, but I'm not very big on like book reading. I don't know. I could go and sit on a website and read up all kinds of information like Wikipedia and encyclopedias and that kind of thing. But when it comes to an actual book, I'm not with it. And I'd like to set that goal of at least reading one book in 2018. Number 6 is to learn something new. And this could range from so many different things. This could be learning a sport or learning how to play a sport. It could be learning how to dance, learning how to cook, learning how to speak another language. I would love to learn how to speak another language. I keep going to say last year. This is still 2017. In 2017, I learnt how to kind of do calligraphy, and I kind of learnt how to do the lettering. I would love to spend more time on it than what I did this year. But it's cool that I kind of got to learn that new skill, and I would like to learn something new, maybe a language in 2018. It doesn't have to be big, but just learn something new. I am all about the knowledge, and I just love to learn things, and I think that's a really great goal. Number 7, play a sport. I think I kind of want to do some sort of sport next year. I think it's a great way to meet people, maybe even dancing. I feel like I might start a dance class because it's going to be good for my health and I'm going to enjoy it, and it's going to be a hobby and it'll give me something to do and get me out of the house. So I think learning, joining a sporting team or learning a new sport is a really great one. Number 8, donate your spare change to charity. If you are watching this video and you have access to the internet and you have a device, chances are you can probably spare 5 cents, 10 cents, 50 cents, $1, maybe even $5. To me, 50 cents isn't a lot of money, and I know that to some other people that could be a big difference. And I know that if multiple people were all put in 50 cents, then you've got a lot of money that could help some other people. And trust me, karma will come back to you. If you give, you shall receive. And I think just getting rid of your spare change to charity is a really, really great idea. I will leave a link to some charities in the description. And even if you donate 50 cents or 5 cents or even 1 cent, you've done something good and you've helped someone else out. And I think that's so important. Number 9, cook new recipes or try new foods. So I used to have this friend that every time she would go to the grocery store, she would pick up some kind of weird, strange vegetable that she'd never tried before and take it home and cook it. I love that mentality. I think that is a cool way to live life, and I think that's something that I want to do a bit more of in 2017. Try foods that I've never tried before, because there are so many foods out there that are probably really, really amazing. Even if you have a bad experience, at least you've experienced it. And I think that's a really cool New Year's resolution. Number 10, spend more time alone. You need to learn to love your own company. I live alone and I love it. I am so not ready to live with someone else right now. I don't think I want housemates anytime soon again. I love being alone. I'm such an introvert. I get all of my energy from being alone and spending time with myself. And I'm generally so happy being alone. Like, I don't need to be around people to be happy. And that's such a great feeling. So spend time with yourself, get used to being alone, and learn to love spending time on yourself. Because at the end of the day, the only person that can make you happy is yourself. So you've got to learn to love being around yourself. Number 11, face one of your fears. I don't know what I would face. Like, say if you're afraid of spiders, maybe do research on spiders, learn more about spiders, or go to a spider museum or something. Like, face a fear of yours. It doesn't have to be a big one. You could just do something new and try and get over that fear. What am I afraid of? I'm afraid of clowns. Maybe I should face clowns. Clowns are terrible. But maybe it's something I need to do to kind of get over it. Number 12, declutter something every month. Maybe it's the top drawer of your chest of drawers. It could be your makeup collection, it could be your wardrobe, your bathroom, your kitchen, your fridge. Just declutter something every single month. I think that's a great New Year's resolution. 13, make more phone calls rather than texting. And if you can see people face to face, I think that's really important too. But I definitely need to learn to pick up the phone and just call more of my family members and ask them how they're doing, and just ask them about their lives and what's been happening. Number 14, donate blood. I actually haven't donated blood in quite a while. When you get a tattoo, you do have to go without donating blood for a certain amount of time, but it's been well and truly enough time that I should be able to go and donate blood again. So I've done it multiple times, and if you can stand needles, go and do it. You're going to help people. I also am O negative, which is quite a rare blood type, but everybody can have my blood. So you know, I want to be that person that if there's people that need blood, I'll be there, because anyone can have my blood, and I think that's so important. So yeah, do that. It's fun, and you get to sit in a comfy chair and watch TV, and then they give you like food and cookies and milkshakes afterwards, and you just know you're doing something good. Number 15, get a notebook and start a diary for your thoughts or your experiences. Maybe you just want to write down everything that happened when you went out on the weekend and explored somewhere new, or you want to write down your thoughts. I have a diary. It's a very, very personal, private diary, and I write in it when I'm not feeling great. And then I look back at it and I read those pages and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is seriously not the biggest, like, this is not a big deal. I don't know why you were upset about this. But it's nice to be able to get all of my thoughts out and just kind of have a place that I can vent to without being a burden on anyone else. Because I know sometimes when you're upset and you're always relying on other people, this kind of goes back to number 10. I want to look after myself. I want to support myself. And I think having a diary helps me support myself when I'm not feeling great. Number 16, explore a small town. I know that there are a lot of really great little towns around Victoria and around Melbourne that are not particularly too far from the city, and you can even get there by train sometimes. And I would love to just go and explore them and go and see what these little towns have to offer, like their history and their museums. I went to Port Fairy in March earlier this year, and it was so nice to kind of go and explore that town, and I'd love to do that more often. Number 17, go to an exhibition or a museum. It's a nice way to get out of the house. It's a nice way to learn new things, and I think it's a very cool cultural thing. I recently went to the Dior exhibition here in Melbourne, and that was great. That's the first exhibition I've been to in a long time, and I do not know why I don't do it more often. Number 18, how about in 2017 you hand make birthday cards or hand make all of your cards? I think if you struggle with finances to be able to purchase gifts for people, hand making a card is not as pricey, and it's going to mean so much more. I think I really, really do appreciate when people put in that kind of effort, and I know a lot of other people do, and it's something fun to do as well. So hand make all your birthday cards. I think it's a really nice way to show someone how much you care. Number 19, learn how to meditate. In 2017, I learned how to meditate, and I love it. I go in and out of phases. Like, once you keep going and really get into it, it's very, very easy. I'm kind of back to a point where I'm like, I need to build up again and learn to make it easy for myself again. But meditating is a great way to give yourself some you time, a great way to just relax and get all of your thoughts kind of together so that you can kind of get on with your life in a much more calmer and more positive approach to everything. And number 20, let's try and exercise once a week. I feel like this is the worst New Year's resolution ever because it's a really hard thing to do, but once a week's not like a super crazy goal that's not excessive. It might even just be walking around the block or going for a walk somewhere or doing a bunch of star jumps, but just do something active at least once a week because it's going to be good for your health. So those are my 20 New Year's resolutions. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any suggestions, please leave them in down below, and up the top here you can check out my last video. Down the bottom I will leave a link to another one of my organizational and 2018 videos, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.